Test, 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 test. We will be going live soon. All right. Welcome everyone to once again another live stream here on the VB Thomas platform. Today we will be racing in the online motorsport organization, as it is going to be the season ender around Canada. It is going to be season 2 around 16. As I said before, the season ender here in OMR with possibly, I'm not going to say possibly, it's already sure that Kelly Kid has won the Drivers' Championship, but of course, the most important thing to look at here in OMR is the Constructors, of course. So the Constructors will be very important for everyone, and as things are looking like right now, Team Kelly is up ahead by quite a few points, but maybe Team Green can score all the points they need to be able to get back into P1. You never know. It seems like my laptop is broken again, so I need to fix that real quick. For some reason, I'm not hearing the game. Oh no, I am. Oh wait, oh, what happened there? Kenboy spinning into the wall. Coming out. What happened there with Kenboy? I have no idea. No idea. Alright, wait, hold up guys. I've got to unplug my thingy again. It'll take 2 minutes. The charger for my laptop is broken, so I've got to do some technical stuff to be able to get it repaired again. I have no idea if it's gonna work. I guess we'll have to try. It's always a big question whether it is gonna work or not. Apparently this time around it did not work. Let's try it again. I have no idea what Kenboy did there going through the pit exit, but it seems like he crashed on purpose for some reason. I have no idea why. I have no idea why anyone would do that actually, but apparently he decided to do it, and he is DNF'd from the qualifying right now. So as I said, Season 2, round 16, season ender here around Canada. Quite an interesting one to do a season ender around, because Canada, not a very easy track. Not a usual one to have a season ender on, but I guess it is what it is. Currently on board with Happy Hamster, P3 in the Drivers' Championship at the moment. He's racing for Team Witterick. I think he's really been that outstanding driver that Team Witterick needed. They're still all the way at the bottom of the Constructors, but I think Happy Hamster kind of helped them to not be humiliated by all the other teams. I mean, they're still humiliated, but, you know, Happy Hamster at least reduced the amount of humiliation for Team Witterick. There's nobody else from Team Witterick in the top 10 of the Drivers' Championship. Which is actually quite bad, because there were 4 drivers. So if you would calculate it for yourself, 2 teams would have 3 drivers, 2 teams would have 2 drivers on average usually. But it seems like only one Team Witterick driver got themselves in the top 10. We've got 3 drivers from Team Kelly, if I'm not mistaken. We've got 1 driver from Team Cooper, 3 drivers actually from Team Green, 1 driver from Team Guppy, and then 1 reserve driver, which is going to be Fake Scouser. He got a good amount of points in Coda, if I'm not mistaken. He won that Grand Prix, as we're currently on board with Mr. Happy Hamster. So let's go on board with him and see how he's gonna be able to do something here on track. I'm not 100% sure whether this is gonna be his track or not. Usually he's been very positive about all the other tracks, but I'm not too sure about this track. 110.9 is the time he's put at the moment in the qualifying. It's only going to be a short qualifying, which means there's going to be 18 minutes of qualifying around the Canada Grand Prix track, which is, let me have a quick think. It is in Montreal, but I'm not 100% sure what the track name is. Isn't it Gilles Villeneuve, something like that? I think it is, isn't it? Anubis for Team Guppy. Coming through the long straight. Canada, quite of an interesting track. A lot of good overtaking opportunities, which the guys will definitely use here through the Wall of Champions. Is definitely not a great overtaking opportunity. You've got a little bit of a chicane, but a very fast one So I wouldn't suggest making an overtake through there. Anubis coming across the line to put a 112.6. Let's go back to Mark Inns as he's coming down that straight too. The air is wide open and he's got Sneaky Loser and Mr. Kelly Kid right behind him. I think this has been quite of a misunderstanding between Kelly Kid and Mazza. Is that even Mazza? I don't think it's Mark Inns. Kelly Kid putting himself in P2. He did definitely get impeded by the green car right in front of him. So he might put a little report in for that. Mark Inns is going to go for another one. He's got that red car right behind him, but he shouldn't be worried about him too much because Kelly Kid is not on the fast lap anymore. Let's go on board with Ali House here. One of the faster guys here in this division. And I think the guys talked about opening a second division. It seems like they've got 15 drivers on the grid right now. If you want a wise word from a wise man, being myself, I would say try to fill up all the seats first. I mean, the seats are probably filled, but try to fill it up with reserves because it's better having two divisions with 10 drivers each. I mean, it's worse having two divisions with 10 drivers each than having one division with 20 drivers each, you know? It's, it also, you know, every time that drivers take part in a race and they see the numbers reducing, it's not very engaging. I mean, it's not really, the drivers really are not looking forward to race with 9, the next race it's with 8, and the next race it's with 7, and all of the sudden your league is dead and people are gonna start looking for other leagues. So I mean, I'm not giving my, I mean, it's an honest opinion, it's an honest suggestion, let's say it like that. It's not I mean, it's a recommendation is what I would say. It's not a comment, it's not a discussion, it's nothing. It's just I've had my league before. I've seen where it went down, I've seen where it went up. I've been an advisor for quite a couple of leagues already, including DER, where I've given a couple of suggestions, and I've seen that they did very well with attendance. They've got 2 divisions and they've got 120 drivers in total in their league, and that means that all of their races are always filled with 20 drivers. Down, coming through that fast part of the track, turn 3 and 4 if I'm not mistaken. Quite of a difficult turn, 4 and 5 I should say, and then you've got 6, 7 and 8, 9, 10, and then 11, which is going to be the U-turn, and then we've got 12 and 13 is the Wall of Champions. So not too many corners here around Canada. Sector 1 only has about 3, 4, 5, 6 corners. Sector 2 has about 4 corners, 5 corners maybe, and Sector 3 has about 3. So yeah, not too many corners, and it's also a very short track. So you might see that the times are not very high, a 110, a 111, a 112. Definitely a very short track with me, which means we will be having a lot of laps around the Canada Grand Prix. Kelly Kid once again going on an outlap. He's one of the faster guys here in OMR, and I do think that he's going to be able to compete once again with that pole position time from Happy Hamster. Ooh, look at Coops coming across the line with a 110.7. Not a bad time at all by the Team Cooper driver. He's one of the 4 drivers actually on the grid today for Team Cooper, and I think those guys have been there consecutively. They've been there very, very frequently too. It's just they've been there. I would say Team Cooper has been filled almost every races. Every race he's been finding the drivers. He's been filling the grid. He's been filling his seats, and they're always there with 4 people, which is great to see. Of course, there's 5 teams, each got 4 drivers, and unfortunately, teams like Team Guppy only have 2 drivers on at this point. I think we've got Mr. Anubis, which is Guppy himself. And then we've got Don all the way in P5. So only 2 drivers for Team Guppy. We've got 2 drivers for Team Witterick, if I'm not mistaken. And then we've got 3 drivers for Team Green, 4 drivers for Team Cooper, and 3 drivers for Team... Wait, that doesn't make too much sense. 3 drivers for Team Witterick and 3 drivers for Team Kelly. So Cooper, he's really done a great job at being the manager of Team Cooper, of course. And if I were him, I would definitely go for that other, for, again, next season for that team principal spot. I don't think he's got much to choose from. It'll be either orange or another color. I don't know how that actually works. Will it be the people who got the most points decides the color? I don't know. Will Kelly be able to choose the red again? Possibly. I would if I were a team principal, I would change colors every year or every season. It kind of, it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool that you're able to change colors. Here comes Kelly Kit across the line. 110.9. Puts himself in P3. Quite a surprising result. I thought he would definitely get himself in the top 2 at least. But he didn't. Still 8 more minutes in the qualifying though, so shouldn't have to worry about it too much. As it seems like Team Green is putting a good performance in. Once again, 3 drivers in the top 10. In the top 8, I must say, because Mark is the last one in the top 10. Oh, Ali House just came across the line with a 110.5. The Team Green driver doing a great job. He had his first race last week where he did a great job. I think he won the race actually. And today he's looking to do that all over again. And hopefully he's going to be able to get into that top 10 as soon as possible. And hopefully having 4 drivers in the top 10 for Team Green, which might give them a great shot at winning that Constructors' Championship. They've really pushed it to the limits this season. I've only done 4 races. This is going to be the season ender. The 4th race that I've done. But they've really done a great job, an impressive job at trying to fight back. They were all the way, I think they were in P3 or P4. They've climbed up to P2. And hopefully they're going to be able to put themselves in P1 at the end of this race. I do think not a lot of things can go wrong for Team Kelly. I'll have a quick look with the standings real quick on the Companion app. Because the guys are running the Companion app. It's an app where you're able to put the standings in. You can look on the app for your own standings, the results. You can get every driver's points, finishes, points per race, all that kind of stuff. It's a really good app. So let's have a quick look. Oh, I've got an ad. That is something they need to change though. They've added ads for some reason, and it's really not. I'm really not very happy about ads, but I guess it is what it is. It's also about crypto and Visa and all that kind of stuff. I don't want a crypto card, guys. It's stuck. Nice. Okay. I cannot use the app apparently. Oh, this is bullshit, guys. I want to watch the standings. Come on, don't let me wait. I need to commentate. I've got a job to do. And this app is keeping me waiting. Oh, Mark Sins invalidated this lap, so he'll have to go for another one. And when he comes out of Sector 3, yes, Badger might be on 1. He's invalidated 2. Spanner A might be on a fast one. Let's have a quick look. Constructor-wise, Team Kelly is ahead by 44 points. So 44 points. Let's do the calculations. Let's say that P1 gets 25. I think they use the regular standings, don't they? Let me have a quick look. Yeah, 25, 18. Yeah, okay. So what is the maximum amount of points that you can get in a race? 25, 26, 18 is 80, 48. 48 plus 15 is 63. 63 is the total amount of points that a team can score without anyone else scoring points. As in, that's the biggest difference you can have with another team. So that would... Oh, and there goes Spanner into the wall. Broke his front wing, broke his wheel, broke everything. Probably broke his neck too. And he's going to be out of the session. Oh, and there goes... I think it was Gaz, wasn't it? No, it wasn't Gaz. It was Badger. No, it wasn't Badger either. Who was it? Was it Cooper? I think it was Cooper. He clipped the wall there a little bit. Might have had a little bit of wing damage already. But it's definitely more severe at the moment. A 110.7 is very impressive from the Team Cooper driver. I do think he will be good for a top 3. Happy Hamster, Kelly Kid might be able to improve a little bit. Look at that gap between Kelly Kid and Happy Hamster. Only 7 thousandths away from each other. Might want to go on board with someone else here at the back of the grid. British did invalidate the lap, so won't be able to go for another one. Badger is on a fast one. Coming through Sector 1 at the moment. We didn't do a track analysis yet. We might want to do that with someone who's on a fast lap. We did see a tire there on track, but I don't think that should be causing too much troubles for as Badger here. Just touches the curb in turn 6 and 7. Into turn 8 and 9, you've got that fast right left-hander. Very tricky one, because on the exit, you don't want to touch too many curb as possible, because then you're going to spin into the wall, of course. I think we've seen Spanner do it in Sector 1. And he's got the fastest second sector. He's up by almost 4 tenths. That would put him somewhere around P10. In the top 10, that would possibly put his teammate back to P11. And he needs to gain some time here in Sector 3 to be able to do that. Let's have a quick look if he's going to be able to do so. Coming through that long DRS straight at the moment into the Wall of Champions. A lot of curb down the inside. A lot of curb down the inside. Takes that beautifully. As Badger might be up for a top 10 here. And I think he will be. A 111.5 improved by 1 second. He definitely did have a great Sector 3. I must say that a 111.5 puts him in P6 for now. There's still many people to come across the line. Don is one of them. And he's going to go for another one. He saved a lot of ERS to go out for another one. He's got his tires. He's got the pace. He's got the mindset. And will he be able to do so? Let's go on board and see what the track analysis is. We did turn 1, 2, and 3 already. This is turn 4 and 5. As much curb as possible on the inside. Turn 6. We've got turn 7 and turn 8. No, this the upcoming corner is 7 and 8 if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I need to do the track analysis again in my head, but I'm too lazy, guys. Here we go, taking a lot of curb down the inside. Ooh, he takes a little bit too much of a tight line coming out of that corner. I think he should have definitely gone on the exit there. Here he comes. Ooh, beautiful line through turn 11. And we've got turn 12 and then turn 13 and 14 being the Wall of Champions. But first, you need a lot of straight line speed here through that DRS straight. And that is where a lot of guys are possibly going to be able to make that overtake. And hopefully that overtake has been done before the Wall of Champions entry. Because there is usually a lot of damage and a lot of carnage through the Wall of Champions. Don improves by 5.5 tenths. Puts himself in P5 for the moment. 111.0. Not a bad time at all. He finds himself... Oh, and he spins into the wall. He even put a lot of throttle when he saw that he was crashing. Is it raining, actually? It doesn't look like it. Just grass on the tire. Might want to go on board with someone else. Ali House already retired from the session. He doesn't think that anyone can improve. But Coops might be in for it. Taking a lot of curb down the entry in turn 2. And he does indeed. Good exit. Fast on the throttle. Beautifully done. Turn 3. Then we've got turn 4 and 5. A lot of curb. And he invalidates. That will not be an improvement for Cooper, I'm afraid. He is up on his time too. Will he be able to make it across the line in time? He needs to save ERS. But then again, can he make it in time across the line without using any ERS? I think he does. Still has 1 more minute on the timetable. He just needs to push a little bit more. He's got a Team Witterick driver right on his tail. That might be Happy Hamster. It's not Happy Hamster, which is great news. He does leave space for British. British is that second Team Witterick driver currently in Sector 3. Happy Hamster, will he be able to improve? That is the biggest question of today, because if he does improve, and he improves by more than 4 tenths, he will be able to put himself on pole. There is a driver that might have been gas. As Badger currently in the pits. Coops in Sector 3. He's going to go on another one. Ooh, Happy Hamster finds himself in a very difficult position because someone is right in front of him, and he might be impeding the Team Witterick's driver's time. Let's have a quick look if that is going to be the case. He catches a little bit of slipstream, goes to the side. Beautifully done from probably Mark Sins. And is Hamster actually improving? I didn't look at the timetable at the top of your screen, but he might be. He was very fast. He didn't catch any purple sectors though, so I think it is not going to be good enough for pole, but he might be able to put himself in front of Cooper. Cooper is the only one still on a lap. Oh, takes that line beautifully. Has a little bit of a snap. Almost goes into the wall there. It is not going to be an improvement by too much. 2 tenths. Oh, and he's 1,000 behind Cooper. It will not be enough to put himself in the top 2. Cooper up on his time, 55 thousandths. It will not be enough to get past Ali House. Needs to improve with 1 tenth here in Sector 3. And then he will be able to, but let's have a quick look. DRS wide open, ERS wide open. How much ERS does he have left? Quite a bit. Going through the wall of champions. Oh, no, it's way too difficult. Oh, it takes a good exit, though. It might be. Coming across the line with a 1 goal. Didn't put him on pole, I think. It is going to be a P2, but it is not a pole time. A P2 for Cooper. Not a bad result at all for the Team Cooper driver. And let's have a quick look with the standings, guys. Ooh, Kelly Kid. Surprising P4. I didn't expect that at all. But we've got a new competitor with the rest of the guys. Ali House putting himself on pole with a 110.5. Further, we've got Coops with a 110.6. Then we've got Epi Hamster with a 110.7. Further, we've got Kelly Kid, Markins, Don, Lopro, S Badger, Mazda, Sneaky Loser, Anubis, Gas, Spanner, British, and then of course Kenboy, who crashed coming out of the pit lane. I'm still not sure what happened there. I've had some questions about Kenboy already in the past couple of races, but this even makes me question it more. I mean, his driving style. No hate to Kenboy, but he's done some very interesting things already in the past. And it is going to be raining, so no interesting strategy will be used. It will probably just be intermediates or wet tires. And do we have a formation lap? Usually with wet rain, you don't really want a formation lap just because there is no point in warming up your tires because they need to be as cold as possible to be able to perform at their best. And that is really something that you see the guys struggle with sometimes when racing around tracks like, where does it rain quite often? Singapore, for example, where there's a lot of speedy corners and it's a very hot environment, so the tires heat up quite fast. And intermediate tires work better if they're not overheated, and that's when the drivers are going to try and search for water. And I don't think we have a formation lap. We do indeed have a formation lap, actually. What is the league actually I'm doing that doesn't have a formation lap? I do four leagues in a week, and there's one league that doesn't do a formation lap, but I can't remember which one it is. I think they're all doing intermediates. Let's have a quick look. But as I was saying, the drivers are looking for water on the inside of the track. Usually it's the inside of the track because the drivers tend to go on the outside of, I mean, the inside of the track. Of course, it's always inside the track, but the inside line of the track. The drivers tend to take the outside line, not through corners, but just on the straights. And you really need to take the inside line because otherwise, I mean, the outside line is usually dried up a little, and that's when your tires are going to be overheating even more, especially the intermediates. On the softs, it wouldn't matter too much. Of course, you cannot overheat them too much, but I think the intermediates are good at about 60 to 70%, 70 degrees. And I think the softs are better at 100 degrees. So as a soft tire runner, it doesn't really matter whether you go on the inside line, on the outside line, because there is no water to be found, so you cannot cool down your tires whether you're on the inside line or the outside line, you know. Doesn't matter too much. So here in the rain, it is a little bit different, so we might want to take a quick look. See, so Cooper, Alley House, we're currently on board with Alley House. Drivers tend to go here straight, right, because that is the shortest way. So as a racing driver, you would go a little bit to the left, and that is where there's going to be a lot of water. Then here the drivers are going to go on the outside line, so you want to take the inside line. Of course, we cannot see it because Holly House is not taking that line, but you would take the inside line because there is still water on the inside. So yeah, very important thing to keep in mind for the drivers. And that is usually how they're going to save up their intermediates a little bit. How they're going to be a little bit faster coming through the corners, because cooling down your tires also means your tires will be faster. And going through the corners, yeah, your tires will have more grip. They will be faster in general, and you will be faster in general too. So that is really something important. Ali House starts on pole position, and he will also have the inside line. So that is also great news by the Team Green driver. Cooper finds himself in a very difficult position. I do have to say that, because usually through turn one, a lot of guys tend to dive bomb. And I think that is something Happy Hamster will definitely try out. Here we go. All the drivers are putting themselves on the lineup again. We've got Season 2, round 16 of the Canada Grand Prix. the season ender here in online motorsport organization. Make sure to join the league if you can. We've got 5 red lights. All the drivers are lined up on the grid. Season ender here in OMR. 5 red lights, and away we go. A very bad start from Alihaus, if I'm not mistaken. Cooper is already around the outside. Look at that. Cooper taking the lead of the race around the outside, and that does mean he has the inside line through turn 2. Alihaus will squeeze him a little bit, takes the lead of the race again. Kelly Kid making a move down the inside off on the Happy Hamster, and it seems like Happy Hamster is getting attacked from behind by Dan. He will not be able to make that overtake down. Keep in the position. P5, Happy Hamster dropped 1 position to Kelly Kid. Mark Sins seems like he lost the position to Don too. I think, if I remember quite well, he was in P5. Lopro currently in P7. Let's have a quick look with the position changes. Yes, indeed. So Mark was indeed in P5. It seems like Kenboy is being the biggest winner at the moment. 5 positions gained, but you never know where he's going to end up in. We've got Gas not gaining a single position. It seems like Spanner did gain 2 though, as he's right on the tail of the Team Cooper driver. Will he be able to make that overtake? Doesn't look like it. And something very recognizable in a wet weather race is that the drivers usually tend to have a lot of ERS. Something has happened there. A couple of drivers in the wall. That is going to be Happy Hamster and Kelly Kid. They had a collision with each other. Oh, and someone makes the move. Wait, what is happening here? Spanner. What's it? Oh, I think I know what it is. It is yellow flags, and the drivers are not allowed to make the overtake through a yellow flag, but they did anyway, and I think some drivers will receive a 5-second time penalty, if I'm not mistaken. Here comes Anubis down the inside. Retakes that position from Spanner. Kelly Kid and Happy Hamster both coming into the pits. Most likely do have front wing damage. Cooper 1.5 seconds down on Alihaus already. You might want to go on board with Lopro here on the tail of Mark Ince. That reminds me of someone else who's called Sins, but I'm not going to go deeper into that. Lopro, 2 positions gained already. Goes a little bit too deep into turn 5 or 6 or 7. I have no idea what turn it is. 7, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I don't actually know anymore. I don't know at this point. Lost a bit of time coming through sector 2. Needs to compromise for that in sector 3, and he does indeed gain a bit of tense. And the problem with rainy races is that it's usually a little bit more boring than dry races, because the guys are going to be struggling with their tires, they're going to be struggling with their cars, they're mostly going to be focused on their own cars rather than focusing on other cars. And that is the annoying thing, because a lot of guys are usually bad around rainy situations. So you're always going to have the fast guys at the front of the grid, the slow guys at the back of the grid. As you can see, Alihaus putting another fastest lap of 121.8. As you can see, I mean, you've got Alihaus having a 3-second lead. You've got Coops having a 3-second lead over Don. Mark Sinsu did gain a bit of time to Don, so we will be seeing those two battle quite heavily here during the race already. And at the back of the grid, you've got Sneaky Loser trying to climb up some positions. He started in P10, dropped back to P12, so that does mean he lost 2 positions already. And he finds himself right behind Spanner. I think those two might have had a little incident. Happy Hamster coming into the pits once again. Did he have technical issues? I'm not sure. Mazza and Lopro having a heated battle at the moment. Lopro running away with that position. Mazza, who already gained 3 positions, not bad at all. He's getting chased from behind by Kenboy. We've got a yellow flag. A virtual safety car has been enabled. Already in lap 3 out of the 35. And I think the safety car is on reduced, if I'm not mistaken. So the guys will not be having too many safety cars. British has DNF'd already. I think that must be in the pit lane, mustn't it? Not a lot of guys within 1 second of each other, but that is a very difficult thing to do during a virtual safety car, because some guys tend to push and then the other guys tend to slow down, and that's going to cause a little bit of a collision, and some drivers are going slower and blah blah blah. As you can see, Kenboy on the tail of Mazza. S Badger has caught up but drops back to 1.2 seconds, mainly because his delta was too high or too low, or however you want to see it. So Kenboy will be able to make that move on Mazza pretty soon. It just depends on when that green flag comes out again. And I think that must be pretty soon. Drive-through penalty for quite some guys, Lopro included. He finds himself in P5, and I think another driver might have been S-Badger getting a drive-through penalty. Ken Boy choosing wisely where he's going to overtake. He was looking to make a move down the inside, but decides to back out. You saw him go onto the brakes quite heavily there, coming into that part of the track. And now he's finding himself right behind Mazza. It's going to be such a hard challenge trying to get past Mazza, because Mazza is quite of a good defender. I've seen that over the last couple of races, and hopefully he's going to be able to keep this P6. But I would love to see Ken Boy get into that top 6, possibly top 5, because Lopro is going to come into the pits pretty soon due to that drive-through penalty. And as you can see, Ali House still a 2.6, 2.9 second gap to Cooper at the moment. He's just dropped out of the 3 seconds. So it will be a hard challenge. Oh, and Ken Boy almost takes out Mazza. A little bit of a kiss tap there from the back. Shouldn't matter too much. A bit of time lost for Mazza on Lopro. That doesn't matter. As I said, Lopro having to come into the pits due to a drive-through penalty. Ken Boy around the outside. Is Mazza going to back out of it? I do think so. He has to. He cannot make it down the inside anymore. So he has to back out. Go back onto the racing line and try to hope for a mistake from Ken Boy. Gaas having a DNF. That is going to be a full safety car. S-Badger getting a 5-second time penalty for a severe collision with Gas. And that is... Oh, red flag. This is the first time I'm ever having a red flag. This is crazy. I've never seen a red flag before. Oh, this is quite cool. I've never seen a red flag in my life before. From a commentator's point of view. Neither from a race point of view, if I'm being honest. I mean, from a racer, from a driver. Quite interesting. All right, so we've got a red flag. Red flag means that the session is being paused for a couple of minutes, and we will be getting in quite soon. Does that mean that the drivers will have to start from the starting grid again? I think so. But the annoying thing is that Ali House had a lead of a race of about 3 seconds, and now that is getting dropped back to about 2 to 3 tenths again, because Cooper is going to be right behind him again. And I'm going to take the opportunity to drink a little bit of water. Stay hydrated, guys. There we go. So everyone is lined up on the grid again. We've got a good amount of Team Green drivers. Oh, and this might be a good opportunity for them to get back to the top 10. Into P1 in the constructor. There's 5 light rides and away we go. Markins down the inside, around the outside he goes. Ali House getting overtaken by Coops down the inside again. Seems like he's squeezing him again, but this time around it is not working. Ali House up into P1 again. He did a beautiful defense on the Team Cooper driver there. Mark Inns currently in P4. Kept that position from Ken Boy right behind him. And also Don having a good defense on the Team Green driver. But as I was saying, the guys really need to carefully think about what they're going to do. Because they need 48 points. Or 40... How much was it? 44 points? Oh, it was 44 points. They need 44 points to be able to catch that position. Anub is around the outside of S-Badger. Beautiful overtake. And there he goes. Back into P7. Not an expected result. Do they get a drive-through? Oh, they do get a drive-through. Anub is getting a drive-through. Lopro receiving his drive-through in the... How did he receive his drive-through? How did that happen? I have no idea. Anub is still having a penalty, though. I'm going to go on board with Don here. But as I said, the guys from Team Green need to think carefully. They need 44 points in total. So if they're going to be able to do that, they're going to be ahead of Team Kelly. Kelly, who's now climbing back up the ladder to hopefully get some points on the board for Team Kelly again. Because they cannot afford to lose that position in the constructors, making the overtake on S-Badger at the moment. So I'm just going to have a quick think. Right, so Ali House in P1, that's 25 points. You've got Mark Inns in P4, that's 12 points, that's 37 points. You've got Mazza, which is 8 points, 37, 45 points. So if Kelly, Kid, Lopro and Sneaky Loser all crash out of this race, they would win the Constructors' Championship by only 1 point. That would be a crazy result for Team Green. They've been battling all season long, and now their newest addition, Ali House, has been the main reason for them climbing up that badly. S-Badger just getting overtaken by Happy Hamster. And Kelly Kid already made the overtake on, I think it was either Happy Hamster or S-Badger. And he finds himself in P8 right behind Anubis. Anubis cannot give this position up for free. He needs to do something about Kelly Kid, who's being very rapid at the moment. Bullying everyone on track, trying to climb back up the ladder, as I said before. He's currently in P8. Is possibly... Oh, he cannot do anything. He's got that drive-through penalty. And another driver crashes. Kenboy with a DNF. That means that the Team Green drivers are once again going to have a very good result. DRS has been enabled. And it is not raining anymore. So we need to have a quick look with the tires. I totally missed that. That is a very stupid mistake for myself. But we've got no rain anymore. And that seems that everyone is on the medium tires at the moment. Very interesting. Why are they not going on the hard tires to finish off this race? Is there maybe going to be another rain session later? It's not looking very, very cloudy. It seems like it's... the sun is shining. There's a few clouds, but it doesn't seem very, very dark here in Montreal at the moment. Let's have a quick look with Mark Inns. P4 at the moment for the Team Green driver. So let's do the calculations, guys. P1, 25 points. P4, 12 points. P5, 10 points, which is 22, 25, 20, 47 points. Calicit scoring a total of 8 points. 47 minus 8 is 39. That is not going to be enough for Team Green. So they really need to do something about... I'm going to say something very, very dirty. And we're most likely not going to be able to see that. Or don't want to see that. But maybe Mazda has to do something about Calicit. Just going a little bit too deep into a corner. Going a little bit too wide coming out of the corner while Kelly is on the outside. Like, oops! I had a little bit of understeer, and now you have no front wing and no wheel anymore. Calicit coming into the pits. Is he going onto the hard tires? Possibly. The guys who are currently coming into the pits. Calicit, one of them. S-Badger. We've got Don. None of the Team Green drivers coming into the pits at the moment. They're all going onto hard tires. Finish off this race, possibly. Isn't it a bit too long for the hard tires? I'm not sure. 25 laps. That is possible on the hard tires, but... will it be efficient enough? Will it be efficient enough? All the guys behind each other. Sneaky Loser called back up to P7. He did not come into the pits. I don't think it'll be enough for Team Green. I think Team Kelly just brought enough drivers to the race to be able to get into the top. I mean, to keep that P1 in the Constructors' Championship. It's just not enough for Team Green, unfortunately. I mean, let's do the calculations again. 25, 15 is 40. 12 is 52. Oh, wait. We might be there already. The 8 points. We might be there. I think this is it. They get 6 points. They get... oh, no, it's not it. 4 points. And 1 point. That's 11 points. 52 is 41. It's not enough. I think they need 44, if I'm not mistaken. You guys can do the calculations yourself at the top of the screen at the moment. Let's open up the app. They need 44 points indeed to tie. And then I'm not sure how it will be calculated. Maybe the drivers with the most points. That might be it. So a very different strategy for quite some guys already. Ali House Coops, Markins, and Maza on 2-level medium tires. Just coming across the line to put 3-level medium tires, if I'm not mistaken. And then we've got, of course, Happy Hamster, Spanner, Sneaky Loser, all on 4-level medium tires. And then the guys who just came into the pits under the safety car, Calicit, Don, Lopro, Anubis, and S-Badger. We've got 3 DNFs already out of the 15, so that means that it's 20%, if I'm not mistaken. 1/5, yep, 20%. 20% out of the drivers. That would mean that it would be 4 drivers in an actual Formula 1 race. That would actually make sense. With a little bit of engine failure. Usually in the actual F1, drivers don't tend to crash that often because their car is worth a little bit more than these online sim racing cars. Because, I mean, obviously they're not worth anything. Actually, that would be quite cool for F1 to put in the game with kind of a career mode, but with the cars and the costs and all that kind of stuff, but then in a league form, so that 20 drivers will be able to compete each week. Bump up their cars, all that kind of stuff. That would be so cool. That would be so cool. It'll never come, I'm pretty sure of that, but you never know. You can just hope for things. You can just hope for things. So it seems like everyone is coming through the last part of the track, the last part of Sector 2 into the first part of Sector 3 to finish off this safety car situation. We've got green flags pretty soon. Alihouse is the one to restart this safety car. And when will he go? Will he be in front of the wall of champions or will he be behind? It seems like he's already gone. He got caught, well, Coops got caught sleeping. He's getting attacked from behind at the moment by Markins. Both the Team Green drivers need to be consistent. Of course, Alihouse already pulling a gap, but I think Markins might be up for something here in Sector 1. Let's hope his teammate is not going to crash him out, of course. Sneaky loser, Kelly Kid still in P7 and P8. Maybe if Markins can make the overtake on Coops. Oh, that is a bit of a mistake there. I feel like he lost a bit of time coming through that chicane. And now Coops is caught up to Alihouse again. I don't think they'll need to score points getting past Coops. I think that will be a little bit too difficult for the Team Green drivers. I mean, a respectful P3 and P4 at the moment. They just need to hope that the Team Kelly drivers are going to drop positions rapidly. And I think that's happening right now. Don making the overtake on a Sneaky Loser. Also Lopro. Oh, Sneaky Loser drops out of the top 10. That is going to be a very important thing happening here. Kelly Kid trying to get past Spanner at the moment. 310s behind the Team Witterick driver. As he wants to make the move down the inside through the wall of champions, hopefully. ERS wide open. Oh, he's going around the outside. He went very late for that move, but decides to go for it. Around the outside he goes. Oh, beautiful move there from Team Kelly. Kelly Kid. Let's go on board with Don. Also benefits from that little mistake from Spanner coming through the wall of champions. And he's up in P7. Maybe Don can make it a bit difficult for Kelly Kid, but it seems a little bit impossible. Kelly Kid with a lot of speed coming through the Canadian Grand Prix. Don with a 3-second time penalty now too. That will even make it more difficult. But Kelly Kid alone cannot score all the points, of course. He's got a 1.8 second gap to Happy Hamster to catch up to. And as things are looking like right now, I don't think Happy Hamster will give that position for free. 6 points will give you, sixth position will give you 8 points in total. And with those 2 points from Lopro, that will be 10 points in total. Team Green is currently scoring 52 points. So they will not have enough. That will be 41 points in total, if I'm not mistaken. No, 2 points, 9 points in total. No, 8 points. They've got 8 points. That will be tying. So currently they are tied. Sneaky Loser just needs to make the overtake on Anubis pretty soon. Anubis, who doesn't have a penalty. No, he does have a penalty. He does have a penalty. So he will possibly get that move from Anubis, and we'll have to do the calculations after the race. Because this is just crazy that we are even thinking about calculating already while there are still 20 more laps to be done here in Canada. Sneaky Loser, 7-lap old medium tires. Anubis does have a beautiful line coming through that part of the track, through the chicane. Takes a lot of curb down the inside. Also, Lopro is on the tail of Spanner at the moment. Another 3-second time penalty for Anubis, unfortunately. Lopro, 4-lap old hards. They should be faster than the 7-lap old mediums of Spanner. But again, I'm not sure how long these mediums are lasting in the race. If it's 20 laps, good for them. Oh, Spanner touching the brakes quite heavily there. Decides to let the Team Kelly driver go past. And Lopro currently in P8, caught up a position. He wasn't going to go to anyway because Spanner had that penalty. And now he's just going to be busy with... Oh, what are the Team Green drivers doing? They were going side by side, coming through the wall of champions, which is obviously not suggested to do so, especially with your teammates. So now you're definitely dropping out of the contention for P1 in the constructors. And Anubis now just has made a move on Spanner, it seems like. Ooh, Kelly Kid is pushing 3-second time penalty for Happy Hamster. Also, who was it? Markins getting a 3-second time penalty. Sneaky Loser again with a 3-second time penalty. I think that's his first, if I'm not mistaken. Happy Hamster has caught up to Markins, and Happy Hamster, he's been very consistent. He dropped a bit of positions though, due to a very awkward start of the race, but he's caught up to P4. He dropped 1 position in total. One driver having a little bit of a lockup there coming through turn 11. A very difficult one, because usually the guys tend to have understeer coming through that part of the track, because it's a very hard braking zone, kind of a lot of rotation corner. And here comes Happy Hamster around the outside before the wall of champions is there. Beautifully done. DRS was wide open for the Team Witterick driver. But now Markins will have the DRS again. Oh no! Oh, it's Happy Hamster again with the DRS. Do they get the DRS twice? That is... How does that make sense? It doesn't. I have no idea. I mean, it doesn't matter too much. Both Team Green drivers now lost the position to Happy Hamster. And they've got that Raging Bull behind them, Kelly Kid. I don't think Kelly Kid wants to risk anything. He just needs to be in the position he's in at the moment to win the Constructors' Championship with his team. It's been a one-man show, although I do have to say 2 other drivers in the Team Green, the Team Kelly team are in the top 6 of the the Drivers' Championship, or top 7. It's Low Pro and Sneaky Loser, if I'm not mistaken. And the other driver, I have no idea who that is. I've not seen him too often. Here comes Mazda, wants to make the overtake on his teammate again. I would say patiently wait. Oh, Markins is going to go for the move on Happy Hamster down the straight into the wall of champions. Beautiful overtake. Markins taking the risk. Risking everything. Risking the constructors. Risking his own position to get that position again from Happy Hamster. And now Happy Hamster might get attacked from behind by Mazda. Oh, no way. There goes Markins into the wall. Oh, we've got a virtual safety car. Oh, that is so unfortunate. We had hopes for the constructors battle, but that hope has kind of flew away, unfortunately. This is the 3rd time I'm doing it this week. I'm trying to throw away my bottle, and it doesn't work like that. I don't know why I'm doing it, but I guess it is what it is. Just gonna take one quick sip before the race is gonna start again. And we're just halfway past the race. Let's see if anyone else is going to get a drive-through penalty. The green flags are almost underway. Oh, Coop's coming into the pits. So is Happy Hamster. Mazda back up in P2. Needs to slow down a bit. Has to hope for a no drive-through penalty. And it's no drive-through penalty for anyone. That is quite surprising. So both the Team Green drivers currently in the top 2. And we've got, of course, Kelly Kid pushing the limits. Trying to get past Mazda as soon as possible through the chicane. As I said, doesn't need to risk anything. But, I mean, to put a dot on the I, I think he definitely wants to get past Mazda as soon as possible. Ooh, and also getting a 3-second time penalty right now. Mazda. It'll not be enough for Team Green. Markins has retired in the pit lane. I feel like he knows he fucked up a little bit there. Ooh, Don trying to get mixed. Oh, they're clinching wheels. Don might possibly have a broken front wing. Ooh, they're even clinching wheels even more. Mazda with a late brake, but a beautiful brake though. Just met the right brake input. I don't know if I should say it like that. He just managed to get the curb on the inside in turn 11, which is great. Don definitely not having a lot straight line speed. He couldn't get overtaken. I mean, he couldn't make the overtake on a Mazda down the straight. Will be able to right now. Down the inside goes Don. He's using all of the eras he's got, making a dive bomb into turn 1. Beautiful overtake. Mazda trying to defend the position. Down the inside he goes. Goes a little bit too deep into that corner. Has to watch out for Don around the outside. Don still around the outside. Is he going to give up the position? Doesn't look like it. Mazda has to yield. And it will be Don running away with P3 at the moment. Both drivers do have a penalty. I'm not sure how much penalties they have. Both have 3 seconds. Anubis with a total of 12 seconds. He's definitely not great here around Canada with track limits. Did you guys hear the news that the FIA is gonna give 10-second time penalties for drivers with more than 3 warnings in an F1 race? So 10 seconds is gonna be given instead of 5, I think it is, which is quite of a big penalty if you ask me. They should do the same here. Just don't take any track limits. It is what it is. Don't do it. You've seen it too often. Here comes Mazda trying to go down the inside of the wall of champions. Forces Don to have a 3-second time penalty though. Forces Don to have a 3-second time penalty. Mazda making the overtake now due to a mistake from Don. Ali House needs to drive faster, according to Jack in the chat. I don't think he does. 6 seconds, it's quite enough if you ask me. Oh, and another virtual safety car. No, it's a full safety car. Kelly Kid with a 3-second time penalty. What has happened there? But that's once again very unfortunate for Ali House. I feel like he's just done too many things already trying to get away, and it just doesn't pay off. First, we've got that red flag. Then we've got a virtual safety car, another virtual safety car. Now we've got that safety car. It's just madness here around Canada. Drivers are not able to keep their cars on track, putting it into the wall, putting it into each other. You never know what to expect here around Canada, and it's with all leagues like this. It's not just OMR, it's not just another league that I'm doing, it's all leagues. It's always chaos. When I used to drive here in Canada myself, it was always chaos. You know, coming through Sector 1, you've got the inside line. Someone wants to make a move into Turn 1. He makes a dive bomb. You clinch wheels into Turn 2. You clinch another couple of wheels. You're going through Sector 1, just clinching wheels that whole part of the track. The sun is shining into your eyes. The trees are feeling the wind and all that kind of stuff. It's even making it more difficult for you to concentrate. I mean, if you're an actual F1 racing driver in the eSim, it doesn't matter too much. But then, of course, a leaf would come right across your face. I don't know, and it would distract you a little bit. It's just madness here around Canada. It's always been that kind of race, and the actual F1 races too, they're always a little bit chaotic. Rain, you've got different strategies. Who's gonna come out on the track first? Is it Kelly Kid? I think it is not. Is it Kelly Kid? Does he have to give back the position? Doesn't look like it. Coops drops back to P3. Kelly Kid just came out on track on time. Kelly Kid, who decides to come into the pits onto the soft tires. I think Ali House has made a mistake there. I think he should have come into the pits. Definitely. Yeah, oh, that is a big mistake from Ali House. He should definitely come into the pits there. He didn't. He decides to not to. And now he's on old mediums. Let's have a quick look at the tires here. Old medium tires for Ali House. Still has to go on those for 14 more laps. It's not going to work out. He's got to come into the pits. He blew away a race win here. Kelly Kid being my driver of the day at the moment. He dropped back all the way to P14 or 13. I'm not 100% sure. Went onto the soft tires during the safety car. Is possibly going to win this race. Caught up to Ali House already. Coops on the hard tires. 3-lap-old hards. He wants to finish off this race on those hard tires. Then we've got Don with another set of soft tires. The other guys all went on to the medium tires because they did not come into the pits when that first safety car came out, I think. To go on another set of mediums. Well, the other guys went on to the hard, so that doesn't make too much sense. Do they have another set of mediums? That's my question. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna listen to the live stream real quick to see if the quality is alright. Should be alright though, but I'm not 100% sure. Let me have a quick listen. For some reason, when I opened up my phone, my microphone dropped out. I have no idea what the reason is for that, but I guess it is what it is. I feel like it is what it is kind of my slogan, you know. I use it quite often during the live stream. Still 13 more laps to go. Will it be enough for Ali House? I don't think so. Safety car will come in to the pits in this lap. Once again, we've got 10 more drivers on the grid. 5 drivers have DNF'd. Sneaky loser DNF'd in the pit lane. That is also not great for Team Kelly, but I think that Team Green cannot score enough points anymore to win the Constructors' Championship. They had to hope for Kelly Kid DNFing. Wait, let me calculate real quick. 25, 26, and 18. Oh, that would be still 44 points. That would be enough. That would be enough so they can still tie with Team Kelly, but I don't think it would give him the Constructors, if I'm being honest, because Team Kelly just has too many points. And he's won too many races. We've got green flags and go, go, go. The safety car has already come into the pits. We kind of missed that. Here they come, coming through turn 1 and 2. Kelly Kid right on the tail of Ali House, being on those softer tires. It's going to make it very easy to make the overtake on Ali House already. I think Ali House definitely made a mistake not coming into the pits onto the soft tires. Kelly Kid will be way faster coming through Sector 1, Sector 2, Sector 3. And those soft tires will definitely be faster in all part of the tracks, all corners, especially being this fresh. Around the outside he goes. He doesn't wait. Makes the move. And Ali House not giving up. Down the inside he goes. Almost taps out Kelly Kid, but Kelly Kid recovers. Ali House is not going to get attacked from behind by the Team Guppy driver. And Team Guppy trying to do their best to not drop out of the top 3 in the Constructors, because that's what it's all about. Currently in P3 and P5, although Anubis does have a lot of penalties, which will make him drop down to P6, P7, P8, possibly all the way to the bottom of the grid. Oh, there goes Don, almost going into the back of Ali House. He had to know that Ali House was going to brake earlier, because he was on older tires. And also worse tires. I mean, the mediums are way worse than the soft tires, if I'm being honest. Here comes Dom, making the switchback work. Oh, look at that. Beautifully done by Dom. That is stinky. Oof. Look at that. Down the inside he goes, and he's not going to be able to make the overtake again. Ali House has to see how Don runs away on these soft tires. As Badger with a 3-second time penalty at the moment. And now Coops is trying to make the overtake on Ali House too. Ali House with the biggest mistake of his life, possibly. With his biggest mistake during his racing career. Drops back to P3 already, will possibly become P4 or even P5 if Anubis can catch up. But I don't see that happen, quite unlikely. Happy Hamster on the tail of Maza. 410s. These are the fresher medium tires, but so is Maza. Maza has to catch up 4 positions to be able to claim. I mean, Ali House is not on a faster tire, so it will most likely not be the case. Here comes Happy Hamster down the inside. DRS wide open. No DRS yet. The DRS has not been enabled yet because the safety car did not come into the pits yet. I mean, it did come into the pits, but not 3 laps ago. Happy Hamster. Oh, and the DRS has been enabled at the moment. So we will be having some DRS down the second main straight coming out of turn 8. Oh, look at that. Happy Hamster with a possible overtake. Do the guys have DRS here too? Don't think so. Oh, and he makes the overtake into the chicane. Beautifully done by Happy the Hamster there. Not much room has been given, but right enough to make the overtake. Now Maza finds himself in a difficult position. Has to get past Anubis as soon as possible to be able to keep the toe off Happy Hamster. And I don't think that will be the case, if I'm being honest. Anubis, although despite having those 12-second time penalties, 15 seconds at the moment. Is it already 18, if I'm being honest? No, it's 15. It's still 15. It's still 15. 15 seconds of time penalties. It will drop him back all the way to the back of the grid. It's just so unfortunate being a racing driver, being such an experienced racing driver, because I think he's been racing quite some time already, getting so many penalties. And it's not like he's the only one having penalties. But it's also not like everyone else is like crazy amount of penalties. Look at that. The highest amount is 6 from Spanner, Badger, and Dom. And then you've got 15 for Anubis, which is quite a big of a result, if I'm being honest. That's more than double of the rest of the guys. So Alihaus is still able to keep the toe of Coops, but he's dropping away a little bit. Coming through sector 2 here, he will drop out of the 1 second. He needs to be within that 1 second for the main straight, and then he can kind of drag along, and he just had a little bit of a snap there. Tries to defend the inside line, but Happy Hamster was right down the inside. And now Happy Hamster is up at P4. I think Anubis will make easy work out of Alihaus. Oh, and he touches the wall and he spins out. Oh, he spins out Happy Hamster. That was a very unfortunate incident there between Anubis and Happy Hamster. And I definitely think Anubis will be not frustrated, but will feel a little bit guilty of that. Because he touched the wall on the exit. And that made him speed up a little bit while being in the braking zone. And he tapped out Happy Hamster, unfortunately. Here comes Anubis making a two-way move with the use of DRS. But it doesn't look like he's got too many wing damage yet. Oh, yeah, it does. Oh, and there he goes. Oh, big wing damage. Lost the whole front wing. Oh, and now he spins out on purpose. Let's go to another driver. Okay, so Lopro in the pits at the moment. He's gone onto the soft tires. We've got both the Team Green drivers not doing a bad job, currently in P4 and P5, but once again, I don't think anyone will make a move anymore, except for Alihaus, maybe on a move with Mazda, but his tires are going to be long gone at the end of the race. 8 more laps to go. And he's been on those tires for 19 more laps already. Let's go on to the position changes. 5 positions gained for Mazda. 4 positions dropped for Alihaus. So he started on pole position, made a bad decision with his strategy, and dropped back all the way to P5. Might possibly get overtaken by Spanner, who's right behind him too. Spanner being on those fresh medium tires, if I'm not mistaken. Started in P13 too, and he's currently in P6. Not a bad result at all. Kelly Kid coming all the way from P4. Dropped back to, caught back up to P3, dropped back all the way to the back of the grid, and now has caught back up to P1. He's had a very interesting strategy. He had a good strategy, I do have to say that. Currently on the soft tires to finish off this race. Still has to be on those soft tires for 7 more laps, but I think that should be no problem. Coops did catch up to Don. I think the soft tires are already dropping off, because otherwise Don wouldn't have lost that much time to Coops. Coops being on those hard tires, they will gradually get faster at the end of the race. Mainly because, those soft tires are going to die out pretty soon. I'm not sure what the exact lap is. Possibly lap 10, lap 12. And hard tires, they can last about 30 laps if I'm being honest. I don't know how long they can last for exactly, but I do know it's quite a long time here around Canada. There's not many corners. There's not... the tires are not, the corners are not very tire intensive. So, the track is not very heated either, so they won't be overheating too often either. It's just, yeah, the amount of laps you're doing on a wheel, that on a tire, that is just the most important thing to take into account. We've got Don with a little bit of a wide line coming through turn 2. Might have been a little mistake from his part. Is fast through turn 4 and 5 at the moment, into turn 6, into turn 7. It's just the curb on the inside. Beautifully done by Coops. He's really trying to stick to the toe of Don to take advantage of the DRS down the straight. And he doesn't have a penalty either, so he just has to keep it behind Don, and he will be able to get a P2. But he might be hoping for a P3. That is possibly... because Kelly Kid has a penalty. He has a 3-second time penalty, so he just needs to get within 3 seconds of Kelly Kid, and he will be able to run away with the race win. Of course, if he doesn't get a penalty post-race. Here comes Coops, making the overtake down the inside. Goes back onto the racing line. There's nothing Don could have done. He's going to have the DRS once again, Coops. He's catching up to Kelly Kid. 3.3 seconds still. Needs to be within 3 seconds off Kelly Kid to be able to run away with the race win. 3.3, 3.4. Something like that at the moment. Ali House goes on to the intermediates. That is very interesting. Still 5 more laps to go. Will it rain? Will it rain? That is a good question. Ali House going on to the intermediates might be trolling everyone, making them think there is going to be rain while there is not rain, or no rain to be coming. And yeah, we've been in multiple different situations here today. We've been in the situation where Team Kelly was not going to score a single point. We were in a position where Team Green was going to win the Constructors, and they have basically given up by Mark Inns retiring in the pit lane. We had someone DNF on purpose in the wall. We have a driver going on to the intermediates while it's dry weather, although it's getting very misty. Uh-oh, it's getting cloudy, it's getting misty. Will it rain though? Will it rain? That will be a good question. Coop still sticking around that 3.3 mark. Needs to improve by about 0.3 on Kelly Kid, but I think that should be no problem coming through Sector 1. Oh, as a little bit of a snap there, Coops lost about a second thanks to that. 4.2 seconds. This is not great for Coops. Has to do some recovery work. Ali House getting a 3-second time penalty. Don is caught up too, so he will be within 1 second of Coops at the moment. Coops being the only one, together with Lopro, not having a penalty. I think Lopro did get a drive-through penalty, if I'm not mistaken. He did indeed. He did indeed, but somehow got that removed. I have no idea how he got it removed, because there was a red flag, and all of a sudden he didn't have a drive-through anymore. And Anubis, who also had a drive-through before the safety car. Oh, it's raining again. Oh, it is raining again. So Ali House did come into the pits too, because it was going to rain. Now the question is, will the drivers come into the pits? I don't think they'll come into the pits yet. It won't be a good decision. The Coops will not come into the pits. But it's getting more slipperier. Don is coming into the pits. Quite interesting. How fast does this Canada track get wet? Probably not wet enough for the intermediate tires already. But 3 more laps to go. Will it be enough? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think these guys have to stay on the tire they're on right now, because the Canada Grand Prix doesn't get wet that often. Is there already wet tracks on the track? Doesn't look like it. A lot of guys coming into the pits. Quite a surprising result there. Lopro not coming into the pits. He's the one staying out on the soft tires. And the best thing to have a quick look at is not interval, is leader. And see how much time the intermediate tire runners are gaining on the front, at the front pack. Don is not gaining any time at the moment yet. He might be coming through turn sector 2. Doesn't look like it. 21 seconds, 21.1, 21.0. He's gaining time again. 21.0, dropping out of that 21. Nice, 21.1, 21.2. I think it might be the right time to come into the pits already. Kelly Kid deciding not to come into the pits. I don't think you'll even... Oh, Coops is coming into the pits. Oh, Bolt. Bolt. Oh, I was hoping he was going to stay out, but he did lose a bit of time. 5 seconds already. Bolt strategy. 2 more laps to go after this one. I don't think it's time yet. 21... No, it's not time yet. It might be time. Don did gain a bit of time being on the intermediates, but not too much. As you can see, he just gained about a second. So Coops is going to be on the fresher intermediates at the moment. He did lose a position thanks to that, but I think that should be no problem because Don has those 6 seconds of time penalties. Are they actually catching up to Kelly Kid? Is it getting wetter out here in Canada? It is getting a bit wetter, and we're seeing some water drops coming out of the tires. I mean, coming off the tires. I think Kelly Kid might be struggling. He has to come into the pits. Otherwise, he's gonna lose that position for sure. Being on the soft tires, it's just gonna be such a hassle. Will he lose? Oh, he's not gonna come into the pits. Oh, bold strategy from Kelly Kid here. He's not coming into the pits. Will it be the right decision? Is he going to lose more than 20 seconds in 2 laps? I don't think so. The soft tires are still good enough. Unless he crashes, unless he has a broken front wing, unless he kind of loses the car. Ooh, did lose quite a bit of time coming through turn 11 though. Compared to the other guys, so they gained 1 second on Kelly Kid already. No, it won't be enough. They need to gain 10 seconds a lap. That is never gonna happen. The DRS has been disabled though. Kelly Kid just needs to be gentle on the throttle. He needs to be gentle on the throttle. Don gained about 1 second in one lap, one corner, 2 corners, 3 corners. Ooh, Ass Badger even going onto the wet tires. Bold strategy. I don't think that'll pay off. I don't think it will. It won't be enough for Dan and Coops. That is so unfortunate. They were looking at a good strategy. They are catching up to Masa though, which is great. I don't think it'll be enough though. It needs to rain even heavier to be able to grab that position from Kelly Kid. He just needs to make a big mistake and then they can catch up. But as of right now, I don't think that'll happen. Kelly Kid will just be gentle on the throttle. He will be gentle on the brakes. I mean, not really gentle on the brakes because otherwise you're going to lose a bit of time. Too much time is what I should say. Spanner getting a penalty, a 3-second time penalty. And Kelly Kid is going to finish off his last lap. How much time will he be in front of those guys? He just needs to be in front of 3 seconds. Well, needs to have more than 3 seconds on Cooper. That is it. 3 seconds on Cooper. And I think that'll definitely pay off. Maso is going to get overtaken. He's on those medium tires who were not lasting till the end of the race. Here comes Don making the overtake around the outside. What will Coops be doing? Making the overtake down the inside. Nothing Mazda could have done. They did gain quite a bit of time coming through Sector 1 and Sector 2 on Kelly Kid, but it won't be enough. Ooh, Don almost losing the car. Has to watch out though. Coops shouldn't be risking anything. He's got that position for it. Oh, touches the wall there. Has to watch out. Mazda. It was Mazda. No, it's not Mazda. It's Ali House. Retiring. Did he crash or did he retire? Oh, he crashed. He actually crashed. Ali House. What a bad race for him. It was not enough. I think one more lap and they would have caught him. But Kelly Kid has taken the right strategy. Staying out on the soft tires. He just needs to get through the wall of champions without damage. And he does indeed. Beautifully done by Kelly Kid. Coops still takes P2, it seems like. On track though. And it was not enough for Coops. 6 seconds on Kelly Kid. He just needed another 3 to be able to get into the lead of the race and win this Grand Prix. And we've got Happy Hamster. Had a little bit of an unlucky race, but still managed to get into the top 5 with 3-lap-old intermediate tires. And we've got Low Pro staying out on the soft tires. He's going to be in P6. Spanner in P7. And then we've got S Badger on the wet tires. That was never going to work. But he's done it anyway. Bit of a troll. I don't know if that was actually his purpose to go onto the wet tires, but he's done it anyway. Came into the pits, did 1 or 2 laps on the wet tires, and finished off the race on the wet tires too, with quite a bit of penalties. 6 second of time penalties, which is not great, of course. What would happen if you come into the pits during the last lap? I haven't actually tried that ever. I should try it. I don't know if anyone has the answer to that question. Make sure to drop in the comments box. Oh, did he retire from the session? I don't know. Why is he in the pits? Why did we get spawned in the pits? Happy Hamster being driver of the day. I don't fully agree with that. I think Kelly Kid should get it. He came all the way from the back of the grid back to the front of the grid. Here he comes, the Englishman with the British flag, and the fastest lap also goes to Kelly Kid, so he takes 4 points in his back. Coops in P2, just came short about 3 seconds, and then we've got Don in P3. Partly lost that position, that P2, due to penalties. I mean, I know that Coops got the position back on track, but I feel like Don could have pushed more if he knew that he didn't have a penalty. Might be able to get 3 seconds removed, but then still isn't going to be able to get in front of Coops. Further, we've got Mazda in P4 and Happy Hamster in P5. And we've got the other drivers who finished the race. Low Pro, Spanner, and Badger. And then we've got our DNFs, Ali House, Anubis, Sneaky Loser, Mark, Kenboy, Gaas, and a British Boy. And that is going to be the end of the race. that is going to be the end of the race and the end of Season 2 here in OMR, Online Motorsport Racing. So guys, I would like to thank you very much for watching this live stream. I hope you guys have watched and, I mean, liked the season as much as I did. I'm not sure if I'm going to be here again next season. I guess that will be announced pretty soon. I don't know, actually. I'll let you guys know if I will or will not be able to, but if not, thank you that I could be your commentator, and if I am, I will see you guys next season. So this was Phoebe Thomas as your commentator. Guys, make sure to drop a follow to the channel if you haven't already. It would definitely help me out quite a bit. Also my Twitch channel. I would appreciate the Twitch channel a little bit more than the YouTube channel, because I go on to the Twitch a little bit more often. Well, not more often, but I have more followers there, so I put more focus on that. Well, it doesn't matter too much. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like the live stream if you haven't already, and peace out. Yo, Apai. Well, how are you doing, mate? How are you doing? I'm just gonna finish off the live stream, though, so I'll catch you guys later. Bye-bye.